Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, Strip, and Farm for Property. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And today's video, this is a community requested or at least comment requested video regarding the information that came out about metamask collecting user IP addresses and therefore your financial data, essentially knowing where you're located and what they might do with that. So if you're not familiar with this, there was an article released, it went around Twitter on November 23rd. There was a revised privacy policy by Consensus, which is the owner or the creator of the MetaMask wallet. I think they bought out MetaMask basically. And they are saying that they will now be collecting user data, but also IP address. And they mentioned that this is actually something that they have always done, but they just updated their policy to revise this. So there was always some kind of consensus within that regarding that they had access to this information, but now they updated the policy to say that they are indeed collecting it. What they will be using it for, we don't know. But the main takeaways that you want to know is how does this affect you on Binance and what can you do to protect yourself to remain or keep some level of anonymity within the blockchain. So first we need to understand what exactly they are doing. So it says here that the user data will only apply if they use MetaMask default remote procedure call application in Fura. So first we need to look up and understand what a remote procedure call application actually is. And that is what we can find here. So RPC nodes are basically APIs that are coded. They're essentially servers to allow you to communicate on the blockchain. So you can get more details on this, but you can think of it as kind of like web hosting services. So the easiest way to understand is that when you're making a transaction on the blockchain on your side, there is a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes, and then you're interacting with a server somewhere to process some of this data and then send it off to the different nodes and things that need to actually write this data into the blockchain. So it's not completely decentralized where each person can kind of host their own server at this stage and be their own node and server, but it's moving towards that. So right now you're using some kind of intermediary, and in Fura, the company kind of owns or regulates the bulk of those. So definition here says all dApps need a way to communicate with blockchains. Without a means of communication, dApps won't be able to access information and make transactions on the blockchain on which they operate. This connection between the blockchain and dApps is facilitated by what is known as RPC nodes. So you've undoubtedly kind of created one maybe when you went in here and made the Binance Smart Chain. So by creating the BSC network, adding it in, you have to actually add in this data that allows you to connect to these RPC URLs. That's what that goes in right there. So the next step would be asking or answering the question of what networks are at risk of having their IP address tracked. And we can come over to infura.io and read their FAQ, and it says that Infura supports the following networks: Ethereum mainnet and testnet. So that's Serinkaby, Ropspin, Govin, and these other ones I can't pronounce. International Planetary File System, Filecoin, ETH2, Beacon Chain, Beta, Polygon, Proof of Stake Beta, Optimism, Ethereum, and Arbitron Rollup. So in short, it doesn't affect Binance, but if you do anything on Ethereum, you're probably now asking yourself, how can you protect yourself if you're using Ethereum? So I'm glad you asked. So to do that, all you have to do, just a quick message, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. This helps bring brand awareness to the channel as well as all Forex Shark related projects. Thank you. There are two things you can actually do. One, you can actually use a VPN. I'm trying to figure out where I actually had these notes at. Here you go. So you can use the VPN. I use ExpressVPN. There are a couple other ones out there, but some of those VPNs do actually track your data as well. And if they were subpoenaed by law enforcement, they would give that up in a heartbeat. So not all VPNs are created equal. I'm not doing a video on VPNs. You got to do that research yourself. But this article recommends Sentinel DVPN, so it's a decentralized VPN, and they don't track any data. And then number 2 is to change your actual default RPC. So remember, it only is tracking this data from the default Ethereum RPC that's loaded here. So you can't change this, but you can add other ones. So I added a long time ago the Flashbots Protect RPC. It's just to be able to submit transactions that you need to get pushed through before potential Flashbot kind of authorizations. I don't remember the RPC details for that, but instead I have a list here. You can go to chainlist.org. I'll try to remember to put that in the description. If not, just ask me for the comments. But chainlist.org, and it gives you a list of other Ethereum mainnet RPC URLs, and you would basically just put this information into your MetaMask, creating the new RPC URL. You copy that. Chain ID would be 1, and then the currency is ETH, and the blockchain explorer is the default ethscan.io, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly, but you can find that. So you can get any of that from here, and essentially the ones with the green dots do not track anything. And orange dots is limited tracking, and red dots are does track, and then nothing is like nothing was reported. So the best ones are here are 1rpc.io/ETH, and this long one that I'm not going to read. But you can copy the URL here, and then you would come into Ethereum, paste that, add the 1. It's saying it's currently in use by mainnet, but you can still add the same thing, and then add this is like ETH non-tracking or something like that, right? You call it whatever you want. And then the Ethereum etherscan.io. Let me see what that actually is. Yeah, etherscan.io and ETH. And then you can save that and it would overwrite that. So you'd have that in there. But I'm not adding that for mine, and you got to also be aware. So this is something, definitely don't just take my word for this. You can actually end up adding malicious RPCs that could front run transactions on your wallet. They can't really gain access to your wallet without the ID, but they could intercept your funds if you're sending funds somewhere. So you got to be definitely very careful. So just because these are listed here, I have not checked any of these. I'm not telling you to use them or not to use them. You got to do your own research and figure out how these things work. This is the one I have right here. Flashbots does some tracking and no privacy apparently. But yeah, hopefully that answered the questions regarding what to do. Oh, so the main thing is for us over on Binance, we're not affected. As far as I can tell, if anyone else has more information on how Consensus and Afira work for RPCs, definitely let me know. In my limited research, I did not find that it was utilized on Binance because it is tied to the Ethereum mainnet and ERC related or EVM related chains. So I don't believe that affects Binance from what I could tell and from what the FAQ said. So for us on Binance, you don't have to do anything, but if you do use ETH, then do some research and see if you want to create or put in a secondary RPC. Or if you're not really worried about privacy or any of that stuff, then just you basically can carry on about your business. So yep, that is it for this one. Nice and short. If you found that information valuable and if it provided some level of clarity, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.